There. So good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you're joining us. It is Mayegun live. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember that after reading the caption of the broadcast, try to read the description of the broadcast as well. Then like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them all that Mayegun today and Mayegun is live. So tonight is going to be the continuation of a reportage from what is going on in Benue and other places, as it should be, because the tragedy of the Fulani terrorists in this part of Nigeria, it's so monumental that the world is paying attention enough that it took the prayers from the Pope to get Tinubu to even say something about it. And since that time, it's been presented in such a way that, you know what, the terrorism that I've seen over 200 people slaughtered in 24 hours, despite so many military formations around the areas where these attacks have taken place. It took the prayers of the Pope to get Tinubu to say something about it. And when they have, what they have been saying about it is nothing but total treachery. Presenting the situation in a very much like simpler way. For example, they continue to push the idea or the agenda of this sad event or this sad massacre that took place, but simply because of two group of people disagreeing among themselves. So Tinubu and his gang continue to misrepresent the situation by calling it farmers, others clashes, which, for anybody who is, smart enough, anybody that is discerning enough, we know that it is misrepresentation. And if that is what they are working with, there is no end in sight, because the peace they are offering is that the victims of the terrorism should find a way to find a common ground, right, on living with their killers. So, going to Benue, for Kolu, who once asked Goodluck Ebere Jonathan to resign for not being able to protect Nigerians from Boko Haram. Today, the buck is no longer stopping on his table. It is now the responsibility of the community leaders, the surviving community leaders, and their killers. He called them stakeholders, brethren. Tinubu called the Fulani terrorists, the victims of terrorism. He called them stakeholders for peace. So, the same Tinubu who has no, energy of urgency when it affects the people, except if it affects his own APC. So Tinubu said he would check his own schedule and probably find a time to go to Benue. So he had to schedule and plan going to Benue. He's a royalty, and Benue governor is not also helping matter. To him as well, they are talking to stakeholders. So I can't imagine what the scenario would be tomorrow. Or maybe I can imagine, okay, let me try and imagine what Tinubu's visit to Benue tomorrow will be. If they manage to take him to your water, right? So he is going to go and urge the community leaders, the surviving people and their leaders to sit with the murderous Fulani terrorists. Because I don't understand what peace they are packaging, but guess what? A state in mourning, a state who have lost over 5,000 of their own people, including women and children, in the last 2 years alone. They are about to roll out a red carpet for Kolu. I mean, there is a circular, if you haven't seen it. A public holiday has been declared, and Alia, that's his name, their governor, right, ordered that the following should be done. You see that letter on the right is like a government memo, okay? They said, I am pleased to notify you at the instance of our dear governor, Mr. Alia, the leader of APC in Benue, to mobilize massively to give a rousing welcome to Tinubu. The support groups constituency is required to form a colorful shoulder-to-shoulder spread procession from the airport to Wurukum roundabout and down to Government House Makodi, where the president will address a town hall meeting. Are you following? Tinubu will receive a royal welcome. People will line the streets from the airport. They will probably give them flags, to wave flags, to say, oh, we love, welcome to, share you get. He's not even going to any part of, it's not going to any part of Benue State where these atrocities have been committed. Now they are organizing on how to use groups to mobilize people from across Benue, including the surviving leaders of these communities, to come and have a town hall meeting with Kolu in Benue. But just earlier, the same governor who was honest enough on the rise to say, the people that attacked them, they are not Fulani others. They didn't come with cows. These are pure terrorists. So who exactly are they going to now have the town hall meeting with or peace meeting with?
Well, again, I mean, we're deeply shocked and extremely sorry to hear that. Do you know at this point, without any doubt, who has carried out these attacks or who has been carrying them out? Because, I mean, this is not the first time, is it?
No, it's not the first time, Charles. Let me build a context to this. In this very local government of Guma local government shares boundary with Nasarawa State, and internally it shares boundary with Makurdi local government. It is on the way from a very highway, dual carriage from Makurdi to Abuja, right by the side of the road. It's a very sizable town. The Yelwater area, it's a very sizable town, and it's within.
I think we're having a bit of a challenge with the connection there. Sometimes you get these interruptions on the line, the internet line, and even the satellite line sometimes gets interrupted because of weather patterns and so on, and that's a real pity, because the governor was at a point where he's talking about some really interesting things. Can we hear the governor now, please? Yeah, please go on, Governor. We lost you
yes,
for a minute.
I'm hearing you well.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Guma local government shares border with Nasarawa State, and these are unmined borders, and are quite extended. The Nasarawa border extends into the other local governments, including Gwe West and Agatu primarily. A context behind this, the anxieties we started having in this local government spanned as far back as 22, 23 years ago. But how it happened was the herders clashed with the farmers. This took quite a long period of time, and then eventually in the last, say, 12 years, it shifted. It moved into the armed herders versus the entire communities. So again, the farmers were affected. They were every now and then driven off from their homes destroyed, and then they had to leave their farmlands as well. And since it's been there for quite some time, a good number of people were tired of seeing the repeat every now and then shifted into towns, but were still manning their farmlands. Of late, what we experience and what we see, it's more abhorrent. It is much and stronger, way beyond farmer-herder crisis. We are being attacked by bandits and terrorists. Definitely, when a thief comes to your house, there's no gainsaying that. There must be someone from within or nearby who knows how to around, and then he does what his art is, what he wants to do. So,
nuisance, Lele.
I understand that sometimes some people will say, cut him a slack. There's so much possible underground pressure on him. Now, if I am speaking your mind, now listen. Because if you are a leader, the first thing you probably have to do in times of a crisis, okay, is to be very honest. Now, if you can't be very honest with the people, because you need to be honest so they can know where, they will probably help you or collaborate with you. So if you can't be honest, in order not to cause panic, then you have to keep quiet and let what you do, your work, speak for you. You see that guy? As is approbating, is regrouping, I'll be waiting to call up. At the same time, it's blowing hot, it's blowing cold, in the sense that it started with the history of crisis between farmers, others. But that is not the beginning. The beginning is that a farmer on his own farm, ancestral land owned by him or inherited by him, got attacked by others with their cows, which caused clashes, which means the aggressor here is the herder to start with, if that was the genesis. Assuming. Okay? Now, if you want to solve such problem, it simply means let the other knows that, you know what, open grazing will be a crime and there will be social punishment for it in order to protect the farmer. Farmer is not the one who goes after others. The others comes to their farm. But he said, no, those who attack them are not the others. This type of attacks. This is a coordinated attacks. Kind of like well coordinated, and there is no cow involved. So then that comes to you that think we should cut him a slack. So he comes by that very powerful information, which at least let's say, if he had known this, some will say if he had known that 2 years ago, over 5,000 people killed by Fulani terrorists in Benue State alone, they probably will still be alive. Maybe you can say that, you know, maybe what he knows now if he knew that 2 years ago? You know what I mean? Okay, now that he knows what he knows, what do you think is the right thing to do? Okay, I'll tell you, in my own opinion, the right thing to do is what? Is to be honest. So if there are people that he also come by to see as their sponsor or those who are shielding them, now, this is him trying to weigh what he stands to benefit when he continues to hold that position, even if he's not living up to that responsibility. Or if he chooses to come honest, he will lose the position, and there's a chance that he will save lives. So the choice now comes to his own selfish personal interest. So that is why the argument of he may be under pressure or they will kill him and every other thing that people may make up for him won't stand any test of time, because we are now talking about lives involved. Now, his own culpability in all of this is also very, very glaring. I'm talking about he's praising Tinubu. And on the other hand, in reality, he's praising Tinubu, that Tinubu and his army, they are doing so well. They've done a tremendous job. But in reality, that is not true. Do you understand what I mean? They are all playing eye service for some unknown reason, while lives are wasting away, including those of the lives of children. Those ones who even survive, some of them, they've killed their parents. They have no parents anymore. Some of them are currently languishing in different IDP camps that nobody seems to care for. So if you now have to weigh the value of lives as a leader and the value or the benefit of office, or to expose people and say, listen, we would have done this. But the thing is, we couldn't because they won't let me do it. Who are those who won't let you do it? You can't be telling people that you are protecting them when for hours, 6, 7 hours, terrorists will operate. They will burn down properties, bomb people, burn government properties. They will operate freely for hours. There will be no single response from any military formation. And that is a pattern. So if somebody like yourself watching this right now, if you have to reason with me, okay, like, okay, you know what, Mayegun, you are not an expert, but let's use the available information and then piece them together and see if any of this make any sense. I am aware, right? And then I could possibly do something, but I can't, because there's some powerful people. A governor is called a security chief or number one security officer of his own state. But guess what? He can't command any of these guys to do anything. The other vested interests are interested in. I mean, the terrorists are known to be backed by the same Fulanis in government and those who also have stake in government, making it difficult for those who are supposed to protect their own people to become so powerless. At the same time, they want to look strong to their people. And they watch their people slaughtered, but they can't do anything. So Alia will never deny that on several occasions, many of these attacks that took place. Do you know how many attacks between 2023 and 2025 in Benue State alone? Over 600 attacks. Over 600 attacks. In Benue State alone, not in the entire middle belt of Nigeria. Are you saying that out of all those attacks, there are no people from those communities who are also related to government, either to the governor or the secretary to the government of Nigeria, George Akume? That in the time of distress, in those attacks, there are no people from those communities that would have put call through to their governor and say, we are being attacked right now. He won't deny that. And do you understand how powerless he will be when he himself is calling the GOC, calling these ones and calling that ones? They are not picking calls, or they are telling him that they have not received order from above. And he can't tell you in public that I called this, I called that. None of them responded. Or when they responded, they told me that order from above told them not to do anything. I'm giving you all these scenarios so that you can understand the deep mess that Nigeria is in. And these guys toying with people's lives, they have created a monster that is really, really going to consume us. And the only thing to end it is just going to make sure that, you see, the monster itself is cut off from the edge so that there is no chance of his survival. I'm talking about the system that continues to breed them, protect them, to make them do this. So yesterday, Kolu was there in Abuja commissioning borehole. President of a country commissioning boreholes. Today, the day before, he was somewhere in Abuja as well, commissioning 2.3